reading more books on this channel, or we can do something else and we could see what you guys want to do. And yeah, that's all I have, so let's get started. No Girls Allowed by the Berenstain Bears. Ever since Sister Bear had been a tiny cub, she liked to tag along and play with Brother Bear and his friends. It was a bit of a nuisance because she slowed down their running. Wait for me. Interfered with their climbing not so high and messed up their marble games. Oh, that's stupid. But as she grew older, things changed. She liked to tag along with her older brother and his friends, and it was no longer a big of a nuisance. It was a big nuisance. She got to be a fast runner and outran brother and his friends. Look at her go, said Papa. She got to be a good climber and outclimbed them. Oh dear, said Mama. I do wish she'd be more careful. And she won all the marbles. Oh goodness. I hope they're not playing for keeps, said Mama. It's certainly good to see brother and sister and their friends playing so nicely together, said Papa. Look, they're organizing a baseball game. Yes, said Mama, but it does worry me a little. Sister is the only girl in the group. Now, Mama, said Papa, it's not whether you're a he or a she that counts. It's how you play the game. Look, she just hit a home run. I agree, said Mama, but think back. How would you have liked it if you were a cub? If some girl could outclimb you, out-hit you? Papa thought for a moment. I said, I wouldn't have liked it, he said. Brother and his friends didn't like losing either, and what made it worse was that sister celebrated every time she won. Her victory dance and cartwheels were annoying, but it was the war hoops. But that really got on everyone's nerves. Then one day, Sister was planning to tag along as usual. Her playmates were nowhere to be seen. No matter, she thought, and went about her business. She picked wild flowers for Mama and jumped rope with some butterflies. When there was no cubs around, the next day she was puzzled, but there was plenty to do. She had a tea party with her dolls and read some books. But on the third day, she began to wonder what was going on. Where are those cubs, she said aloud. They weren't in the old climbing tree. They weren't playing marbles. And they weren't certainly on the baseball field. As she stood in the deserted field, wondering where everybody went, she heard some voices. They sounded like cubs' voices, and they were coming from a thicket. She followed the sound into the thicket. What were those cubs up to? When she reached the edge of the frog pond, she found out. What they were up to, building a secret clubhouse on a fairy bush island in the middle of Frog Pond. It had peepholes, watchtowers, and a little bridge. It was almost like a castle. What a wonderful surprise. Hey gang, she shouted. She was so celebrated. Her celebration, she was so excited that she celebrated with her celebration dance, complete with cartwheels and a war hoops. But brother boys did not like Sister's happy cry. Instead, they ducked inside, then reached out and put a finishing touch on their clubhouse, a sign that said Bear Country Boys Club, no girls allowed. As Sister stood there trying to think what to do next, there was a big creaking sound. The bridge was a drawbridge, and they were cranking it up. She was heartbroken. It isn't fair, she wailed as she ran home from the thicket. You're absolutely right, roared Papa. It isn't fair. Come on, we're going back there and make you take them into their silly club. And if they don't, I'm going to tear that clubhouse limb from limb. But Mama stopped them. I don't think that's the answer, she said. Those boys are being unfair. Sometimes boys act the way they do girls, but whoever does it wrong, the boys. The important thing is whether or not you're a boy or a girl, but sort of the person you are, and that is as you is. You can't make cubs want to play with you. No, said Sister. But you can tear them limb from limb. Come on, Papa. Wouldn't it be a better idea, suggested Mama, for you to form your own clubhouse and build a secret clubhouse of your own? Good eyes, said Sister. This is an old climbing tree. It might be good for it, said Papa. And I'll help. Terrific, said Sister. The first thing we'll need is a big sign that says no boys allowed. No, said Mama. The first thing you need for a club is members. The part turned out to be easy. News of the No Girls Club allowed to travel fast, and all there were quite a few other sisters who didn't like the idea of being left out. They had a lot of good ideas. Lizzie made a rope ladder that Ellen bought a spyglass for and keep watching, and Marsh had the best idea of a tin can and a phone system. With Papa Bear's help, they built a very fine clubhouse high up in the old climbing tree. Now for those boys that sign, said Sister. Those boys were just being me because I outhit them and won all their marbles. They are bad losers. This is a very long page. I'm not very good at reading. I suppose that's true, agreed Mama, but there are such things as bad winners too. Someone who makes a big braggy show every time she wins. Sister Bear knew exactly who Mama was talking about. But, well, this isn't fair, Sister said. Well, said Mama, I think we can work things out. But first you have to celebrate the opening of the very first clubhouse with some special refreshments, barbecued honeycomb and salmon. Now, if there's anything cubs are crazy about, it's barbecued honeycomb and salmon. Girl cubs in, boy cubs. So Papa loaded up the barbecue. Yummy smells reached the thicket and floated right under the noses of the members of the Bear Country Boys Club. Who followed their noses back to where the members of the Bear Country Club girls were just pulling up their rope ladder. Something sure smells good, said Brother, speaking into the phone. The girls took a vote and decided to invite the boys for some honeycomb and salmon. Would you like to come back to our place for dessert, said Brother? Our berry crop is ripe for picking. changed the clubhouse sign to say, "Bear Country Boys and Girls Welcome. The berries were delicious." I hope you liked the book. This is my first attempt at trying to make a ASMR channel. Yeah, and I actually do like this book a lot, and I think it means a lot to people who like the book as well. I'm sorry if I stuttered a little bit and got some words wrong. If you are following along, I'm not the best at reading. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great rest of your day.